to the controversy and the constant slander of Biden's rival, Donald Trump, enough people were convinced not to vote for him, leading them to the other option, Joe Biden. And it's really sad that we only have two people who are promoted by the media to choose from. What if both people aren't what this country needs? We all know how suggestible the public is, and a write-in candidate has never won before. None have even ever received more than 1% of the total votes in an American election. So the fact that any names at all are suggested to voters on the ballot is a huge problem. And history has shown us that the organizations choosing which names go on the ballot are the real people responsible for choosing our next president. So in my country, America, it became what it is today since its creation in 1776 because of the free market and people's freedoms to pursue sustenance and happiness. And without that, the talented and ambitious entrepreneurs, explorers, and builders of our infrastructure wouldn't have made this country so outstanding. So it was liberty that made it great. Not only does freedom allow people to create prosperity, but it enables happiness. It's widely known that Gen Z youth are the most depressed and lonely generation of all time. And this was before the lockdowns. Since lockdowns and mandates, it's taken an even more dramatic dip for all generations. So people are realizing that our current leadership is failing in the most important ways to the people. Biden has said that there would be no mandates, and even went so far as to say that it'd be tyrannical to force people to do things such as taking shots against their will. I've heard him say that.
I don't think it should be mandatory. I wouldn't demand to be mandatory, but I would do everything in my power. Just like I don't think masks have to be made mandatory nationwide.
But a year later, in diametric opposition to what he said, he's turned around and mandated everything from lockdowns to face masks to shots, even for the people who do not feel they need these things and in fact can't live their lives under such restrictions.
As your president, I'm announcing tonight a new plan to require more Americans to be vaccinated to combat those blocking public health. My plan also increases testing, protects our economy, and will make our kids safer in schools. It consists of 6 broad areas of action.
This highly irresponsible decision has caused much economic hardship, which puts even more strain on families, and lockdowns have ruined middle-class businesses. So anybody who has attained at least some big picture understanding will be able to understand why his approval ratings have gone down. People who flooded the stadium unmasked have proved to the world that the people aren't afraid anymore, and it's made it especially clear that forcing people to wear masks and to need documentation to merely enter a restaurant is an egregious overreach of power. There were no super spreader events at these big football games. The stats don't show it. Follow the science. And increasingly, the courts are reflecting this too. So in short, his approval ratings are low because when a president promises to do something very important and then directly goes against that the following year, there will be issues. When policies benefit the super rich, such as lockdowns, and harm the rest of the populations, there will be problems, as there should be. I'm not going to claim exactly to know what's going on with these toxic lockdown policies, which have done more harm than good, but I know that they've had absolutely dreadful repercussions and little, if any, benefits. So you really have to step aside from your political beliefs. It's not a left versus right thing. You got to step aside from big media narratives and really just remain receptive to the truth to retain peace of mind. Very important. My recommendation to our next president is to protect our freedoms and then to offer voluntary solutions to our country's problems, but do not attempt to force them on us, especially when it comes to medical treatments and interfering with our livelihoods. People are losing their homes. Foreclosure. It doesn't matter who our president is. It doesn't matter what's on TV or what various committees have decided on. You're a free, autonomous, spiritual, conscious being, and you will not be bullied unless you allow it. We do have a document to ensure this, at least in my country. Several others have similar documents, so definitely thanks for watching. This is a pretty important episode. We'll see how the algorithms treat it. All right, have a good one, guys.